So foam first.
All right, here we are. Roger has never used this machine before. This is the 1977 VonSchrader dry foam carpet. Wait a minute, what do we call it? Carpet deterger. That's what they call it, eh?
Probably the only one left working.
Hey?
It's probably the only one left working.
Oh, no, probably not. But anyway, so Roger's never ever used this before. He's never even turned it on. I just turned it on for, don't put your finger there yet. It's going to blow up. So anyway, I just explained to him how to use it. He's never used it before. Do you remember what I told you?
You told me to put the foam on until it builds up in front and then the runner.
And let her go. Okay, so let's see what happens, okay?
Nothing happened.
Got to turn the motor on. Look at that. Wait, look. Slow down. No, wait. Okay, there you go. Now you can go.
How fast do you go?
Fast you want. Foam off.
Can you go backwards with it?
No. Turn it off. Now you go back. Oh, you streaked. Okay, try it again.
Overlap or same?
You overlap a little bit, sure. I think we're leaking like a sieve somewhere. No problem. Try it again. Wait.
Maybe I'm going too slow.
Well, you're going about right. Foam off. Okay, go back again.
Well, it's actually making a difference.
Can you see how this would take a long time?
Yeah.
Hey, let's get this thing out of the way. Kind of fascinating though, isn't it?
It's kind of like listening to an 8-track.
Listening to an 8-track. Yeah, pretty much, yes.
Starting and stopping point can be a problem when you're in a tight room.
Yeah.
That's probably here, we're still slow. How do you pick up the lines that are developing?
Well, one of the issues that you have with this machine is streaking can be a real challenge.
Yeah.
To avoid that happening. You get, obviously as you get, you start using it, you get more skilled at using it. And of course, you would always, in almost every case, you would actually use their pre-spray as well. That makes a difference too. We're not using any pre-spray on this. We're just doing this so Roger can give this thing a try. So he can say he actually ran a VonSchrader.
Turn the long one off. Or you got it messed up. Now, couldn't you use this and then have someone follow you with a rotary with the Iron Man behind?
Yeah, sure you could.
That would
Yeah, you could.
save you, What's the voltage and the wattage on the cord?
It's probably around 10 amps, 8 or 10 amps.
Well, it's definitely doing something.
Yeah.
Looking brighter.
Yeah, it's definitely looking brighter. Kind of interesting to use though, isn't it?
Yeah. I wouldn't want to use it.
You wouldn't? Yeah. Okay, shut it down. Okay, now let's leave it there for a sec.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
it's leaking at the back. That's why you're leaking.
Oh, there's the. I got a. See where's it leaking from?
Right out of here.
Oh,
This
yeah.
thing here is really loose.
Yeah, this thing's old. I had it working without leaking before, but okay. Let's have a look. See what you picked up. Yeah, undo the latch first. There's a latch up above. See the latch there? Latch. Let's see what you picked up. See now now we're not using a defoamer, so there's a fair amount of foam in there. But you can go.
It's all foam. There's no moisture.
It's all,
like
it's not liquid.
it's pretty much foam. Like
Okay,
not
go.
quite like the VonSchrader bullshit machines, but close. What do you want to do?
Let's just pour it over on the driveway here. We can see so we can see what it looks like. You can just pour it right over the top here.
On there?
No, pour it on the concrete there. You pour it all out.
Okay.
Oh
yeah, there's water.
Yeah, I can. It'll liquefy.
Yeah, that's a
Pretty
fair amount of
quickly,
water
actually.
down there.
But if you had the defoamer in there, it would be pretty much just liquid. So interesting, huh?
Yeah.
It's amazing to think how long ago this thing was originally, developed or whatever. I guess this little thing in here is leaking a bit. So, I'll put it over here so it'll. Oh yeah, put that down there. Yeah. Anyway, come on over here for a sec. This is my opportunity to touch base with Roger a little bit because he's got a story to tell us. Oh no. You thought I forgot about that, didn't you?
I was hoping. Hey, I'll tell you what I learned today, though.
What'd you learn?
So I did 2 jobs today. On one of them, it was a pile carpet, really bad stains. And what I did is I just put the hog's hair on it.
Yeah.
And just left it there. It was damp enough.
Yeah.
Give it a little bit of water here and there.
Yeah,
Went
yeah.
over, looked better. Came back, gave it a bit more. So before I was always moving, right? And
Yeah.
then I would spend extra time. But this is the first time I actually applied more water or more solution.
Yeah.
And in that particular type of staining, it came out beautiful.
Oh yeah. What kind of carpet was it?
I never know the difference between nylon and polyester and all those. Sorry.
But it wasn't like a.
It was a pile. It wasn't a Berber style. It was cut pile.
So cleaned up really well.
Yeah, it made an amazing difference. So we know already that the amount of moisture you put down, the amount of solution you put down is critical. And how do you judge that? Sometimes it's hard to tell. And that's what I found for these, where the feet go and stuff like that. Just let it sit there for a bit because you're not going to hurt it.
Well, you moved around a little bit. You don't.
Yeah, but you don't just leave it forever. But then you look at it and then maybe try a bit more moisture. So that's the one thing I learned. It worked really well in that situation. And the other one is with a cut pile. It was I'll send you the pictures.
Yeah.
Really bad beside the bed, like 5 inches wide, a solid line. And I cleaned it as normal, and it didn't look that great. It looked better. And so I took the work with the black brush, and I used the Bonnet Pro, the 3 solutions: Nanomax, Rocket, Revive It, and their new Oxy-Dry.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of like a peroxide. And I sprayed it on and went over it, and then I used my rotary with the Iron Man. Came out black. So it looked way better. So I did it again, flipped the pad over, went over it, came up black again. And then the third time, then it wasn't so bad. And then I wasn't able to tell the difference. Customer texted me, said they look fantastic.
Good.
And they do. I mean, it was one of the few times where the lighting was good enough you could tell, you know, but there's no more, you couldn't tell where the line was anymore.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so I'm going to incorporate the black brush and the work in more often. Because really it does work the solution in and agitates it off of the fibers.
Good agitation.
Yeah, and I think the key is the heavier weight on the rotary as opposed to using the Oric smaller pads, because I think it picks up better. Well, I could be wrong, but it's given me a lot more confidence on some of these really bad ones. So yeah, a little tip.
Okay. Any other interesting stories?
You're talking about that commercial job I did for the government?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Okay, short story. So I cleaned these carpets for a government building, and carpets look great. And we did a full, thorough pre-vac. My buddy and his wife helped, and so she pre-vacuumed everything. We went tandem using the We were using Nanomax because they were really concerned about green product.
Oh yeah.
So we used the Nanomax with the CLO2 because they haven't been done in a couple of years. So they were very, very well pre-vacuumed. I went ahead with the cleaning with the hog's hair. He followed behind with the Iron Man. And there was like 20 some offices. And they looked fantastic. And so I was really happy. I'd done it 3 years before, and I think it actually looked better this time. Like personally, but you know.
You did it. How'd you do it the time before?
Last time I did the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, but this time I had someone that was a bit better trained with the Iron Man.
Okay.
So the carpets themselves look good. There was only a couple spots. The one main girl's office had the lines around where the chair plastic thing goes, and I almost took a before and after, but I didn't, and I should have. That disappeared completely. You know, so it did a good job. I was really happy. I get a call about a week later. They're not happy. They had spilt some coffee, and they brought in a little home Bissell machine, and they were shocked. It came up black. All this dirt was in their carpet.
In the recovery tank.
In there, yeah. You know, and they were
Did you mention the railroad track?
Huh?
Did you mention the railroad track?
No. So this building is second story. Across the road is a dual track train, and in our town there's a lot of trains. And the reason why it came up black is because of coal dust. Like you wouldn't come up, it'd come up brown.
The coal trains come through.
Yeah, lots. And so normally, you know, it'd come up brown, but this was black.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I talked to you about it, and I went and talked to them, and I explained to them, you know, you won't get all the soil out of a carpet no matter what method you use. I just held my ground. I said, you know what I'll do for you though, if you're not certain, there's only one other way of cleaning carpets. That's with the truck mount. And I got a friend of the truck mount. I'll bring him in here. We'll do this office where you showed me this test. And we'll clean it with that, and then we'll wait a couple days, and then we'll bring your Bissell in or whatever it is, and I'll show you. Well, they weren't buying that at all. So anyway, they ended up not paying me.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it was a nice job, but
Yeah.
but you know what? If I didn't have the confidence in the system, I would have been rattled. And I was calm as can be. I go, yeah. I mean,
well,
I know that's going to happen.
We know because you know if you go in there with a truck mount, you know that carpet will wick like crazy.
Well, I'm waiting to see if that happens. I don't think that they would call me to let me know if it did. But I know that we pre-vacuum. This lady is, you know, very thorough. She's a house cleaner by trade.
Oh yeah.
You know, and I was almost thinking she's taking too long in vacuuming, but I didn't really care because we couldn't catch up to her when she first started. So it didn't really matter. And I'm thinking, I don't know what else the truck mount would do. I mean, you would get it wetter, and
it will wick.
But
absolutely,
it would probably wick, yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, those are the carpets that always wick.
Yeah. So this is a carpet that is cleaned weekly, but I know the girl that does it. She uses a backpack.
Yeah. No agitator. No.
And she's not the most thorough.
Yeah. Well, they usually aren't.
Yeah. So the only thing I was disappointed in is I didn't get a chance to go in at the truck mount and prove, you know. And I thought for sure they would say, fine, let's do that. But they didn't want any part of that. I said, that's fine. You go and find someone to do it for you. There's only one other company in town you could give them a call.
Yeah. Well, I have a story where there was a really bad entry area in a building that I was dealing with, and I went and cleaned it, and it was really, really black from winter de-icer and everything. And a few days later, I went by there to look at it, and it was all blotchy and everything. And I wasn't happy with it, and I told them, okay, I'll come back and do it again. I did it again. Again, still very blotchy and ugly looking, didn't look great. So I phoned up my friend who has a really nice truck mount and arranged to have him go over there and do it. It was probably under 300 square feet. And he set up his truck and he started cleaning. And I went there with my brand new Orbot, and it was brand new at that time, with a whole bunch of Superabsorb pads, brand new white ones. And he did about 10 square feet. And then I put the Orbot on it and went over it. And then I flipped the pad over, and guess what color it was? It was black. I mean, it was absolutely black. And every 10 square feet, I went through another pad. Black pads right after the truck mount. So a day or two later, I went by there to take a look at how it turned out. Again, it was looking pretty blotchy and pretty ugly. And I thought, oh my goodness, am I not going to be able to clean this carpet? What's going on? You know, I knew it was just super saturated with crap. And so I thought about it for a while. And a couple of weeks later, I went back there and I mixed up an interesting potion with, I used, one of the main ingredients I used was arginine. And I had some enzymes in there, and I think some delimonene, and I sprayed it down with that. But I didn't soak it. I just made sure I covered it evenly, and then I went over it with a little stronger solution in my tank. But I used a Rubbermaid green stripe pad.
Okay.
Okay, which isn't as absorbent, and I went over it just trying to make sure I did a nice even a job as possible. Went back a couple of days later, and it looked almost 100%. So interesting, but I knew that what I was doing was I was trying to clean the carpet fiber without disturbing what was in the bottom, because what was happening is every time it got cleaned, when the moisture got into the backing of the carpet, it was drawing up what was lodged in the back, and that's why the truck mount didn't work. And that's why, even the truck mount, right when I was doing it, even though he went over it and the carpet looked great, well, as soon as I put the pad on there, it was just filthy black, because the dirt was never going to stop coming out of that carpet. It was just so impacted into that, and that's what happens. We do not clean the backing of a carpet, but we can sure get it wet.
Yeah.
Can't we?
Yeah, we can.
So that's the thing we, as low moisture carpet cleaners, we need to know and understand, is that our goal is to clean the carpet fiber, not the backing, because you don't want to disturb the beast within. Carpet. I say to people sometimes, water is our friend, water is our enemy.
Yeah.
Right?
Can be. Yeah. That's interesting, because earlier that day before I did that commercial job, I did a lady. She had tracked tar in on her feet into her bedroom.
Oh yeah.
And I took the upholstery machine with the heat and I spot cleaned it, but then it looked nicer there than the rest of it.
No.
So since I was there I was using the stair tool, and it was only like 50 square feet. So I did the whole thing on my knees with the portable, making lots of dry passes. And I got up, and it was almost like the carpet was translucent. You could actually see stains and stuff down below. Like,
Oh, yeah?
It was really weird.
Huh.
Like the carpet was light color. And so I got out my Oric and ran it with the Ironman pad, and it was black, but it looked so nice, like so much nicer. Well, I got a call from her. She had neglected calling me. This is like a month later now. And some of the little dots had showed up again. And so I went in there just with the rotary with a bit more weight and just cleaned it normal and took all those up. It was fine. And I looked at the pad. Guess what color it was? Yellow. It wasn't even dark brown.
Oh.
So we can also say that if you do both methods, you're going to get, a lot closer. But who's going to pay for the time it takes to do that?
Yeah.
But I was actually quite surprised. I thought it would come out black again. But this is again is a spare bedroom, and it's not used a lot. Little later by herself, right? But it was interesting that how much nicer it looked when I used the low moisture method.
Yeah.
Right after, and dried it better. But I'd forgotten that about the truck mounts. When some carpets, they almost look translucent.
Yes. Yes.
And then you can start seeing down at the base. You can see the spills that are still there. And she was happy both times. She was happy when I left. It looked fantastic. And then this time it also looked fantastic. So.
So, still enjoying what you're doing?
Yep. I've resolved to go a little slower. Now it's slowed down a bit, so I can spread out my jobs a bit and do more experimentation with the work. I just think there's something there. It just seems to pull out extra on the traffic areas where it's bad. I'm using the black brush on all the stair jobs now as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I used to use the blue stripy one.
Yeah.
And then follow up with the white one if I needed to. And now for all of them, because I'm experimenting, I'm using the black.
Do you have a green brush as well?
Can't find it.
Oops. Is it in your van?
I have one and I can't find it anymore.
Probably in your van
I
somewhere.
think I left it somewhere. But
Oh man.
yeah. So yeah, you know what? It only takes another 5 or 6 minutes to do a flight of stairs. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's one of those things where you know what, you want to make sure you're getting as much out as you can.
Yeah.
Even though we know we can't get it all out, you better get as much out as you can. And especially if it's noticeable, then you want to try extra, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm a bit more conscientious about trying one more time. So yeah, that's what I've learned.
All right. That's good. Any final words?
If I ever hear back from that government job, I should almost go in there
Hey, how's your carpet, man?
Yeah.
Oh, look at all the blotches.
and have a look. Yeah, it's not the place you can get in. It's all
Oh
locked down.
boy, we all have those stories though, where
Yeah.
you know, when somebody spills the coffee or whatever.
Yeah. But now what the last word is you're doing the hard flooring and vinyl planks and that. So I'm waiting to learn that from you.
We'll see how that goes, eh? All right, well, I'll let you go. So
Alright.
thank you everybody for watching, and say goodbye, Roger.
Take care.
No, you say goodbye, Roger.
Goodbye, Roger.
There you go. Thank you. Bye.